Manifestation isn't magic shopping. It's not a wish list, a pretty board of inspiration photos, or a script you repeat until your voice goes numb. Real manifestation is energetic architecture, the invisible scaffolding beneath your choices, habits, beliefs, emotions, and timing. It's who you become while you're waiting. It's who or what you align with when no one's looking. It's the energy you hold steady, not the fantasy you pin to a board. In today's Mystical Minds, we're breaking down what manifestation actually is, how it works, why it isn't, why it sometimes doesn't work, and how to co create with the universe in a way that's grounded, powerful, and real. Because when you understand the mechanics beneath the magic, your desires stop feeling like dreams and start feeling like inevitables. I'd like to welcome you to Mystical Minds, the podcast where magic meets modern life, and the metaphysical isn't just possible, it's personal. I'm your host, Allie Theiss. I'm a psychic, an energy worker, a soul connection specialist, and the former host of Ask Allie, the longest running spiritual podcast on Apple Podcasts with 19 incredible seasons. Over the years, I've written 8 books, including the Gypsy Magic series, Out of Body Ecstasy, Gypsy Girl's Guide to Goals, One Spicy Erotic Story, and a chapter in the best selling book, Sacred Self, where I shared my insights on creating a bedroom that truly invites love. I've been walking the mystical path since childhood, and now I help others reconnect with their true selves through intuitive readings, soul work, and the safe, sacred space of the Mystical Minds community. This podcast is your invitation to explore the magical, metaphysical, and the wildly mysterious side of life. From energy healing to spirit guides, soulmates, and sacred rituals, nothing is off limits here. So grab your tea, light a candle, and let's dive into the mystery together. Hello, hello, hello. Today is December 1st. Can you believe it? I can't believe today's December 1st. I'm like, WTF. But one good thing, Mercury retrograde is over. It finished on the 29th when Mercury went direct, thank God. So that's done and over with. Today, Cyber Monday, is the last day for my annual Black Friday December to Cyber Monday readings, which are half off. You'll find the readings on outofbodyecstasy.com. They're already taken half off there. And if you are part of Facebook, if you follow Allie Theiss Friends, then you will find the list there as well. All right. And not to forget, Love Notes, new episode this Friday, December 5th. We talk about romance book, a romance movie. I do 4 dedications where I dedicate songs to people. I do a soulful connection section and a desire drop and a fire tip. Ooh. So you might want to join me live on TikTok at _passion_zone. All right. So the card of the week. Now, this card doesn't matter if you're listening to this episode today, December 1st, or 5 years from now, or I don't care, next week. Whenever you listen to this episode, this card is for you for the current week. And I have to move cats so I can get to my card. So excuse me just a moment. Excuse me, Gibby Gibbs. Gotta move, Gibbs. Gotta move, Mr. Leroy Jethro Gibbs. Come on, down, down. There we go. Okay. Between Gibbs and Xena, there's always somebody up here with me during a Mystical Minds podcast or when I do the Mystical Minds Coffee with Allie for group members. They're always here. So this week I am using the Sacred Forest Oracle cards by Denise Lynn. And let us see what this week brings. I'm hoping some good stuff for people. I like good stuff. You can choose to be happy every day. First thing you do when you wake up in the morning is say, I choose happiness. You make that choice first thing and you go about your day. Now, if something happens where happiness is not on the table for that second, it's okay. Feel what you're feeling and then say again, I choose happiness. Trust me, it works. I've been trying this experiment for myself for the last couple of weeks, and I am most certainly much happier. Uh, it doesn't mean things don't happen to me. It just means I'm just a happier person. Ooh, we have a good card this week, guys. We have the bee spirit, like bee, like buzz buzz, honeybee, honeybee spirit. Now, the honeybee is a good luck in Roma circles, and it deals with prosperity. So, this prosperity can be some extra money coming in for some people. It can be meeting somebody that can connect you to somebody else for something wonderful. Opportunities, doors open, windows open. Maybe you have a new idea in there someplace, but whatever it is, this is a good week for it. Okay, so prosperity, and we're doing manifestation today. So, hey, how's that for timing, right? I don't believe in coincidences, never have. Synchronicities. We're going to talk about manifestation, and we got the prosperity, the bee spirit card. Can't make this stuff up. So, moving on, let's talk about the mystical item of the week. This week, we had the manifestation journal with some action columns. Um, Not just dreaming. We When you use a manifestation journal, you don't want to put down just your dreams. You can also include aligned actions, signs received, next steps. When you have a manifestation journal such as this, you can write down what you're manifesting, what aligned actions you're taking, what synchronicity, what signs do you see. And at the end of the day, you can ask yourself, is my energy aligned for what I want to draw in? And if you feel that it's not, well, think about your energy being aligned as you fall asleep that night. And trust me, your subconscious, the powers of the universe, they're working on you as you're sleeping. And then you wake up, you choose happiness, and you start the manifestation journey again, right? The journal, it's not for fantasy. I'm not going to write down in here. I want to meet Harrison Ford. While that is something I would love to do someday, um, I'm not going to put it down because the odds of me getting there are slim, unless I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who could introduce me to somebody else. That's a possibility. I could say, instead of I want to meet Harrison Ford, I want to meet the correct chain of people who will introduce me to Harrison Ford. Now that sounds more doable, doesn't it? But the journal you put down intentions in the present tense, you put down action steps that support your desire. So action steps for myself to meet Harrison Ford, I got to write a good script. That's what I need to do. And actually, I'm working on one, and it's really quite good. It's a rom-com, which is totally outside what I usually write, but this one inspired me. Anyways, evidence of alignment, so the synchronicity, the signs, course corrections if necessary, and divine timing notes. And the journal actually becomes your manifestation map. It's a physical anchor for metaphysical work. Honest. Try it. I have one. I gotta start making these things, don't I? Because I'm a guy. I call it MacGyvering. Anyone who's Gen X know when you say you MacGyver something is you piece and part things together to make it work. And I piece and parted myself a manifestation journal, but I really need to make these things for you guys because December is manifestation and divine timing month. So we're going to be talking about manifestation all month long, which is good as the new year is right around the corner. Now, the main topic for today is what manifestation actually is, and hint, it's not just your vision boards. Okay? Manifestation has become so tangled in pop spirituality that most people don't even realize they're doing it incorrectly. We've been taught that manifestation is, well, cutting pictures out from magazines, repeating affirmations until your throat goes dry, trying to stay positive at all times, forcing yourself to visualize outcomes you don't actually believe in, waiting for the universe just to drop a miracle in your lap. God, wouldn't that be nice? But here's the truth. Manifestation is not just vision boards without aligned action, affirmations spoken from a place of disbelief, fantasy thinking, escapism, magical entitlement, emotional bypassing. You cannot create a new life from the emotional state of the old one. Manifestation is not wishful thinking, it is energetic becoming. If you paste images onto a board but take no steps toward becoming the version of you who lives that life, your vision board becomes a scrapbook of unmet desires. If you speak affirmations your body doesn't believe, your nervous system shuts down and resists them. If you wait for the universe to prove itself, you reverse the flow. You become the observer, not the co creator. This is why so many people say manifestation doesn't work. It works, but not the way most people have been taught. And for those of you who read The Secret, I love the book, but it skips some steps, guys. It really did. So, what manifestation actually is? If you strip away the noise, manifestation is three things. We have energy, right? Your aura must hold the vibration of the reality you're calling in. This doesn't mean being happy all the time because that is absolutely impossible. What it means is emotionally aligning with possibility rather than fear. You manifest from the frequency you live in, the self concept you carry, so the stories you tell yourself, the emotions you rehearse daily. Again, stories you tell yourself. Your energy is the invitation. Then we have identity. You cannot receive a future your current identity is not prepared to hold. If you want, let's say, love, you must shift from self protection to connection. Wealth, you must shift from scarcity to sufficiency. Confidence, you must shift from self doubt to self trust. Your identity is the anchor, your desires orbit around it. And number three, action. And this is what The Secret missed. Manifestation requires movement, not hustling, but alignment. Aligned action is the physical expression of energetic readiness. It's the moment when you say, I'm not just dreaming this, I'm participating in it. Your actions tell the universe, I'm not waiting, I'm becoming. This is why the Manifestation Journal has, well, you put in action columns to bring the metaphysical into the physical. Most people think manifestation begins with wanting something, but wanting creates an energetic distance, a vibration of lack, abstinence, and, well, someday. Wanting says, I don't have it yet. And the universe mirrors whatever frequency you hold. But desire, now desire is different. Desire is not lack. Desire is awareness. Desire is the inner recognition of what is already aligned with your soul. It is not something you chase, it is something your energy remembers. From a manifestation standpoint, your desires already exist in your energetic field. They were placed there by the universe long before you had the language for them. You do not need to convince the universe of what you desire. The universe already knows. It's not your job to articulate desire. Your job is to align your energy with the frequency of what is already yours. When desire arises, it is not a request, it is a signal, a sign that the timeline exists, the possibility is active, the path is open. Your soul can feel the future reaching back toward you. This is why wanting is unnecessary. Wanting implies distance, but desire implies connection. So the work is not wanting, the work is aligning. If you desire love, align your energy with being emotionally available. If you desire abundance, align your energy with the worthiness and trust. If you desire clarity, align your energy with stillness and intuition. If you desire purpose, align your energy with truth and courage. So the formula becomes desire into alignment, into embodiment, into receiving. Desire tells you what is meant for you. Alignment prepares you to hold it. Embodiment becomes your new identity. Receiving it is the consequence of becoming the person who matches the frequency of the desire. Desire is never the issue. If you feel it, it's meant for you. If it lives inside your energy field, the universe is already saying yes. The real question is, can my energy hold the reality I'm calling in? Sometimes the answer is yes. Your energy is steady, your identity expanding, your actions are aligned, and manifestation flows quickly. But sometimes the answer is not yet. Not because the desire is wrong, not because you're blocked, not because you're doing anything incorrectly, but because your capacity isn't built yet. Your energy is still calibrating to the vision of you who can comfortably hold, receive, and sustain that future. And that brings us to the heart of this month, because manifestation isn't just about desire. It's about becoming the person whose life fits the desire. So let's talk about how you actually do that. Most manifestation teachings focus only on the desire part, what you want, what you visualize, what you call in. But real manifestation also requires magnetism, not wishing. You don't chase the desire, you become its match. My magnetic model is the framework that bridges desire and embodiment. So, step one, you want to clarify the desire. You want to write it down in present tense. You want to name it honestly. You want to feel the truth of it. Desire is a recognition, not a request. So, for instance, clarify the desire. I am in a relationship with a soul love. Very simple. I am in a relationship with a soul love. So, step two, you cannot receive a future your current identity cannot hold. So, you ask yourself, who is the version of me who already has this? What does it look like? Well, if I look at myself in a relationship with a soul love, we are happy, we are laughing, we are doing things together, we are supportive, we respect one another, we are loyal, um, we are expansive, we do not try to change one another. Okay, that's the version of me who already has this. What do you believe? What do I believe about this? That this soul love is mine for the rest of my current life. How do you behave? Well, I behave happy. I behave um, presently. I behave with honor and love and devotion, and I be me. Plain and simple. And I let him be him. How do you spend your time in this new version of yourself? Well, I would spend my time writing, writing books and writing movies, and going to premieres and book signings and talking on stage. That's how I would spend my time if I'm not with him. And what do you stop tolerating? Well, for me, I would not tolerate somebody who is not, I don't know, emotionally available for me. I would not tolerate somebody who feels they need to remake me in their view of who I should be. I definitely ain't doing those two things. Because manifestation happens through identity evolution, right? Now, this is step three we're going into. This is a new addition that I folded into this through lots of practice. Your energy must be able to sustain what you are calling in. If your system is overstressed, undersupported, dysregulated, afraid, fearful, it cannot hold the frequency of the desire, even if the desire is aligned. Okay, this is not a failure, this is preparation. So my system's not overstressed. I'm not afraid. I am not fearful, um, especially after I finally finished writing Soulful Connections, which is coming out in 26, by the way. Um, I'm very open and in tune with this. And I know it's coming, so I'm also not worried about it. So, step 4. Um, if you answer no, I cannot hold it yet, your answer number 3. Can you sustain what you're calling in? If you answer to yourself no, okay, here's a suggestion on what to do. Most people give up at that point in time. If they answer that question like no, they're like, well, screw it. But really, this is where the magic begins. We can strengthen your nervous system. A dysregulated system cannot hold abundance, intimacy, visibility, or success. You build capacity slowly by grounding daily, breathing intentionally, creating safety in the body. Reduce overstimulation. Put your phones down, people. All right? Reduce overstimulation, especially before you go to bed at night. You want to practice receiving items you're manifesting in small doses. Nobody likes a huge ass change all at once. Nobody does. And it doesn't matter if it's good or a bad change, but hitting you out of left field sends everybody off the deep end. Because then it's like, oh my God, now what happens? And we usually look at that as fear instead of possibility. It's just how we're built. Okay. Um, so next you want to upgrade your identity beliefs. Your unconscious must agree with your future. Okay. So if you rewrite, it's too late, it won't work for me, I don't know, what if I fail? Instead of it's too late, I'm right on time. It won't work for me. Of course it'll work for me. I don't know how. Show me how. What if I fail? What if I succeed? Okay? You flip it. Because these, I don't know, I don't know if I'm built for it. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know how. Those are all BS excuses we all give ourselves. Those thoughts are not truth. Okay? They're old settings that we have built into our systems over the years. All right? And humans are wired to think shitty. We are. That's how, when we first were evolving, that's how we survived as a species. But unfortunately, our brain has not rewired during all this evolution to go towards positive things because we're always seem to be want to go into fight or flight mode. Fight, flight, or freeze. Actually, there's a third one added in there. But we can rewire that, and that's what we're talking about. So, number 3, you want to remove the emotional block, the fear, the shame, the guilt, the past wounds. God, we got all those things, but they weaken your frequency. Okay, and fame and shame, fear, shame, guilt, and past wounds, they're all in the past. They're not your present. And when we focus on them, it weakens our frequency. You can use shadow work, awareness, or support to loosen that old pattern. You can practice, number 4, energetic rehearsal. Now, this is not a visualization. It's I call it more of an emotional embodiment. Ask yourself, how would I feel if this were normal for me? Meaning, um, you manifest, you're feeling very positive, show me how I can do this. What if I succeed? Those type of things. How would I feel if this were normal for me to think that way? Okay. And that the feeling that you get, you want to hold that emotion for 30 to 60 seconds daily. Just hold it, live in it. Live in it where what you have desired is come to pass. Okay. Doing this daily for 30 to 60 seconds, it reprograms your field. All right. Step 5, we have to align your action. Now that your capacity is building, your identity is shifting, and your energy is steadier, now we need to take one aligned action at a time. Small daily actions shift big timelines. Like for myself, every day I work a little bit on the rom-com screenplay. I don't get very far because I have a lot of other things I need to get done each day, but I do something on it. I'm taking small aligned steps. Okay. Um, it could be my first thing I said about meeting the right people down the line who could introduce me to Harrison Ford at some point in time. It could also, lead me to that soul love. I don't know. I'm not the all knowing, all seeing. But I know taking these steps on a daily basis with writing is important for my big picture. Okay, so what small daily action steps can you take that can help you shift your big timeline? Now, step 6 is holding the frequency. You do not need perfect faith. No such thing as perfect. What you need is consistent alignment. You want to hold the feeling, hold the belief, hold the identity, hold the vision without squeezing it to death. Squeezing it to death means you obsess over it and hold it too tightly. You don't want to do that. Okay? Frequency is not intensity, it's steadiness. Now, step 7, allow the divine timing. Not everything arrives the moment you desire it. It arrives when you can actually hold it. Divine timing is not delay, it's calibration. The universe is not ignoring you, it is preparing you. If the desire is in your field, the yes already exists. Your job isn't to force it, your job is to become the person who can receive it. All right? Manifestation isn't about directing the universe like it's an employee, and it's not about begging the universe like it's your last chance at happiness. Manifestation is co creation, an energetic partnership between your intention and the universe's timing, pathways, and intelligence. Most people try to manifest by controlling outcomes. It has to happen this way. It needs to look exactly like this. This is the only timeline that'll make me happy. But control is the enemy of manifestation. Control squeezes the energy. Okay, control also folds into obsession. Okay, it squeezes the energy, it narrows the channels, it blocks the very path that would have delivered your desire to your door. Co creation says, I hold the vision, I take the aligned steps, I trust the universe to orchestrate the how. When you co create, you take responsibility for your energy, your beliefs, your actions, your identity, your emotional steadiness, which is frequency. And you release responsibility for the timing, the exact pathway, the characters involved, the sequence of events, the details your human mind cannot yet understand. This is where manifestation becomes spiritual. Co creation is built on 4 pillars. Intention. You choose the desire clearly with emotional resonance, not from desperation, but from expansion. 2. Alignment. Your beliefs, actions, and energy match the outcome you're calling in. This is half of the partnership. 3. Surrender. You release how it must arrive. You open to support and timing your ego cannot predict. Surrender is not giving up, it is cooperating with a higher vantage point. And number 4, responsiveness. You respond to signs, nudges, synchronicities, and opportunities. This is how the universe communicates with you. Maybe a book falls off the shelf. And hell, that happened to me eons ago at what was the name of the bookstore? Yep, it's completely gone out of my head. It was a very popular bookstore back then. It's not Barnes and Noble was another one. No, it's not Staples either. Doggone. Anyways, I was walking past, I was in the metaphysical section, which I was always in that section. And this book fell off the shelf. I looked at it. It said Astrodynamics, Robert Bruce. I'm like, oh, this is nice. And I put it back up again. I turned around, started looking for other things. It fell right back off again. And I'm looking around like, there's got to be somebody who keeps pulling this off the shelf. Okay. And there wasn't anyone. So I took it and I put it back again. And I started to leave and I heard it fall a third effing time. So I'm like, okay, I'm not even, I know I'm not that dense. Let's grab the book and we'll buy it. That book, Astrodynamics, his original version by Robert Bruce, sent me down the energetic pathway. It opened my life to things I never thought were possible. Okay. So if a book falls off the shelf near you, pay attention to it. Okay. So a book falls off the shelf, a person reaches out, a thought interrupts your day, write that down. A random conversation sparks an idea, write that down. A coincidence, and I put that in quotation marks because I don't believe in coincidences, but a coincidence repeats itself 3 times, like that book falling off. These aren't accidents, guys. They're invitations. Manifestation is a dance between your effort and the universe's choreography. Yeah. You take the step, the universe takes a step. You move, it moves with you. When you try to do the entire dance alone, what happens? You exhaust yourself. When you refuse to move at all, nothing happens. And when you refuse to move at all, that is when your red energy, if you're part of mystical minds, you know what I'm talking about. Your red energy grows and grows and grows, and you become more irritated, angry, and rageful, quite frankly. When you force the dance, you trip over your own feet. But when you soften into partnership, when you hold the vision and allow the unfolding, you enter a state of ease where manifestation stops being a struggle and becomes a rhythm. That, my friends, is co-creation. So your soul work for the week is going to be below in the show's notes. You're going to want to write your desire in the present tense, define the identity shift, access your capacity, choose 3 aligned actions, track your evidence in the manifestation journal if you have one, get a book, get a notebook, open it up, make it your journal, track your evidence, and have nightly reflection. All that will work. Manifestation is not about forcing outcomes. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts the life they're calling in. You don't manifest by demanding. You don't manifest by demanding. There we go. You manifest by aligning. You manifest by preparing. You manifest by adjusting your energy, your habits, your expectations, and your emotional tone. The universe doesn't respond to who you were. It responds to who you're becoming. And today, you took another step toward that future. Now, next week, we'll continue our exploration of December's theme with co-creation with the universe, aligning with your path. Well, we'll talk more ways about how the universe communicates, redirects, and collaborates with you as your energy shifts. That's a wrap here on this episode of Mystical Minds. I hope it sparks something inside of you, a memory, a knowing, a nudge from your soul. Don't forget your soul work for the week, and you'll find it under the resources for episode. If you loved what we explored today, please don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with someone who needs a little magic in their life. You can also book a private reading or a soul session with me anytime at outofbodyxc.com. I've got you whether you're seeking clarity, healing, or maybe a deeper connection to your soul path. Until next time, guys, stay grounded, stay curious, and remember, endless possibilities, infinite you.